What do we have?
I was just cleaning out a car that I bought. Looks like the oldest cell phone I've ever seen.
That is definitely the OG cell phone, man.
Doesn't fit in your pocket.
Going to the pawn shop today to try to sell my cap heart cell phone. It's the oldest cell phone I've ever seen. I found it in the trunk of a car I just bought, so I'm bringing it down to the pawn shop, find out what it's worth.
I don't know much about the history of cell phones. I know they were around in the 50s, 60s, but it was an army thing. I think Tokyo had the first like cell system.
How does the phone work?
It'd all be inside that bag, and it had a car charger. But you would straight stroll around with that thing like it was a purse, you know, and make your phone calls with it. 25 years ago, you were the man if you had one of these. They were so expensive, you had to be really rich to own one of them.
What kind of features did it have?
It made phone calls.
What games does it have?
But that was it. It just made phone calls. Up until about 5 years ago, if you had one of these, they were $500, $600 easy all day long. Reason being, back in 1986 when these came out, they had such a powerful signal going out to all those cell towers. You could literally stand out in the middle of the Las Vegas desert with, you know, the best cell phone they make today and not be able to get a call. This thing would pick up a signal, no problem.
So it wouldn't drop calls like my phone does now?
It wouldn't drop calls, but satellite cell phone companies didn't want it to catch on, and they found a way to block them from ever being turned on or used again. So pretty much what you have here is a real fancy boat anchor. Since this thing doesn't work, the market of people I can sell it to is pretty limited. I mean, there are people out there that love those classic 80s gadgets, but they don't like to pay a lot for them. So what do you want to do with it? You want to pawn it or sell it?
Is this thing even worth anything?
$5.
Well, I'll take it.
All right, buddy. Chum, you want to write them up?
Yep. Meet you at the counter.
I really didn't know what it was worth. He offered me $5. It was more than I walked in the shop with, so I'm happy with it.
What do you got?
I've got an old can of canned pearls.
I've never seen can pearls. Beautiful simulated pearls. Sterling deluxe clasp, completely hand knotted, full 17 inches in length. Hey, Victoria, you ever hear of can pearls? Johnny, you ever hear of can pearls?
I've heard of can girls.
I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell my can of pearls. Curious to see what's inside. I don't know what the can's worth, if it's worth anything at all, so I think $10 or $20 will be fine.
So where did you get this thing?
Come out of an old hardware store that would close down about 10 years ago. Been in business for about 70 years.
Just can pearls from Canco. Back in the 50s, they were canning just about everything. But canned pearls, that's a new one.
It might be nice pearls. You ever looked inside?
No.
It's a sealed can, chum.
I'd have opened it by now.
That's the thing about the can. I've always been tempted to open it, but I thought it might be worth something.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I'm sort of dying to know what's inside the can. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $10 if I can open the can.
Okay.
Can't wait to see this.
I've been waiting 10 years to see what's inside this can.
You guys ready?
Come on. Come on. Awesome.
They're just plastic pearls. Now I know why they put fake pearls in a can. The curiosity factor makes them worth 100 times more than normal price. They're fake pearls. This must have been some sort of novelty or something like that. Quite frankly, I don't think you have a lot of money here. Well, here's $10. Thanks for letting me do it, man.
Thank you. I opened my can of pearls for $10, and I got to see what exactly was inside of them. Pearls were in good shape. It all worked out.
I brought in a 1979 horse race analyzer. It's a machine that was developed by Mattel Electronics to try and calculate who to bet on as far as horses. It does work.
If it can predict who's going to win every horse race, oh yeah, I'll buy it right now.
I came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my electronic race horse analyzer. I'm looking to get $150 for it. I would take probably anything. I don't really have a use for it.
So where'd you get this from?
We found it in a box of old stuff and thought it was pretty cool.
What year did you say it was?
1979.
Okay. Late 70s, early 80s. People weren't familiar with computers, so there was that whole mindset that, you know, I'll buy this thing, I'll type it in, I'll win every race, because computers are never wrong, right? They say horse racing dates back to before ancient Babylon. And as long as there's been horse racing, there's been people trying to predict the outcome. I doubt this electronic version was very successful. Otherwise, they'd probably still be making them. All right, so you know how this thing works?
Well, I know that you have to have the statistics for all the horses that are going to be in a race.
Okay.
And then put all that information in. You press analyze, and theoretically tells you what your best odds are for betting the race.
This analyzer is pretty hilarious. I don't think anyone's gonna buy this to use it at the track, but maybe for a novelty. How much do you want for it?
I thought it was worth maybe around $150. I think it's pretty rare. I tried to look online, and I really couldn't find any.
It's neat, but it's one of those things that just sort of falls in between the gaps. It's not really collectible. It's the wrong period of time. I'll give you 10 bucks.
Can you go a little higher?
I'll give you 11 bucks.
Why not?
All right, it's a deal.
Meet you over here.
We settled on $11, and that's fine. It'll pay my cab ride. But I'll be really upset if I find out that they won a big horse race off this thing.
The hell is that, a calculator?
No, it's an electronic horse race analyzer, and it analyzes horse races, tells you who's gonna win.
My dad has always loved betting on horse races, but he's not very good at it. That's why when I saw the analyzer, I figured he would want it.
Looks like a calculator to me. By the way, how much did you pay for it?
I paid 11 bucks, and the whole time I was thinking of you.
Well, think of the store. Put it in the case for 20 bucks and I might make $1 on it.
That's $9. Let's leave him with his new toy, guys. Come on, let's go.
Here, somebody take this with them.
He can pretend he's not interested all he wants. I can see that look in his eye. He's hooked.
Chumley, the 9th race has to be over. What happened? I used the old electronic gadget that Rick gave me to bet on some horse races. I haven't exactly cleaned up, but I'm doing okay.
I don't think your horse finished the race.
Damn it.
Are we on another one of the old man's losing streaks?
Watch it now, both of you.
You didn't think that thing would really work, did you?
Of course it works.
There's a sucker born every minute.
I don't know why you bet on horses. You never make money.
I think I won a little bit today. Chumley, how much did I win?
About 15 bucks.
I won 15 bucks, so that pays for the machine. Profit's profit if it's $15 or $1,500.
You're not seriously planning on continuing to use this thing, are you?
You wanna know who's running tomorrow, boss?
Yeah,
In the first race, we got Miss Bikini Bottom.
that's a good horse. I think I'll put 20 on that.
All right, looks like he's up to his old system.
Yeah, I couldn't have picked a dumber sounding name.
Whatever, Corey, that horse will probably make me more money than you do.
You lost your damn mind. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I have a book here.
Secrets of Charm. We've got good standing habits, grace in motion, all things that Chumley doesn't have.
I'm down here at the pawn shop to sell my 1954 Secrets of Charm book. I'm selling it today because I'm cleaning out. I'd like $30, but I'd take $15. Most of the stuff is still pertinent today. I mean, we can always be more charming, can't we?
So how old is this book?
It's from 1954. It's the first by John Robert Powers. In 1923, he started a model agency, and it's handled some very, very famous people. To be a Powers girl was very honorable. They even made a movie in 1943 called The Powers Girls.
Probably would have been a Power Man if it was still around.
You think?
Back when this book came out, it was really common for a young lady to go to charm school to learn about manners and etiquette. I wonder if it's a little too late to send the old man to one. If anybody can use a little polishing, it's definitely him. Figuring your weight, calorie allotment.
This book seems pointless.
It makes me happy to see the girls kind of break the mold today.
Well, we've come a long way.
This was really cool. We do well selling vintage books, and this makes a hell of a coffee table piece. But when people buy that kind of stuff, they don't pay a whole lot of money for it. That means I gotta get it cheap. Any idea of what you want for the book?
Well, I was thinking maybe $30.
I was thinking more like $5.
$5? Well, there's many things in there that people could use nowadays. How about 15?
You know what, I'll do 15. Sold.
Great.
Chum, you wanna go write her up?
I'll meet you right over here.
Okay, thank you. I'm really happy with that $15 because I paid 50 cents at a thrift store for it, so I can use it for something.
Yes, I have a stovetop toaster.
A stovetop toaster?
Yeah, no electricity required.
Hey, Rick, this guy has a stovetop toaster. I've never seen one of these before.
Yeah, it's old-fashioned. You know, before there were electric toasters.
So what happens if you wanted to toast a bagel? This doesn't seem very practical.
Most people in this country didn't even know what a bagel was.
That sucks.
Yes, I collect toasters, and I have a whole bunch of different kinds that are antique, and I don't need this anymore. I'm hoping I'll get $20 for this toaster, but I'll try to butter up Rick so I can get a little more. If I'm able to make a deal today, I'll buy my wife a present.
Patent December 28th, 09.
That's 1909, not 2009.
Yeah. And,
Pretty primitive. It's kind of cool, though. You think the old man used something like this?
I doubt if the old man used something like that. My grandparents probably used something like this. You would put a slice of bread here. I imagine that's how it worked.
4 slices.
Yeah, you just lay them in here like that?
No, actually, you put it like this over the
okay.
the burner, and then the heat goes up and toasts from the inside, actually.
In the early 1900s, homes had electricity, but it still took a long time to come up with an electric toaster because the wires inside a toaster get really hot, and they had to figure out the right alloy so the wires wouldn't melt. Eventually, they found a nickel alloy that did the job, and white bread hasn't been the same since. How much do you want for it?
20 bucks.
I'll give you 10. I mean, the thing is, they don't bring a lot of money. It's a pretty common thing.
I think it's worth more than that. I'll go $18 on it.
I'll meet you at 15 bucks. Just so I can make him make me toast.
Sold.
You want to write him up for the toaster?
Yeah, but I ain't making you toast with this thing. I will make some for the old man when he comes in next week.
Yeah, he'll probably recognize it.
All right, come on, I'll write you up.
Believe it or not, there is a toaster market. Hey, how can I help you?
Hi, I got this vintage Monopoly game I found at a garage sale.
Okay. Mind if I open up?
Sure.
Okay, cool. This is the most popular board game ever made. I don't exactly know why it became such a popular board game, because anyone who's ever played Monopoly more than a few times have gotten in an argument with someone over Monopoly.
I saw this game at a yard sale. It looked vintage and it looked really cool. So I picked it up and thought I could get some money for it. I grew up on Monopoly. I mean, it was a family get-together, and it was more of the camaraderie of playing the game together. So I do feel a little bit of a connection to the game.
This is pretty cool. It literally is the most popular board game ever made. So the whole premise of the game was, if you buy up this whole neighborhood, you can double your rents because you have a monopoly. And that's the reason why it's called Monopoly. Charles Darrow is the guy who came up with the game, and he licensed it to Parker Brothers, so he got a little piece of money for everyone sold. He made a lot of money off this game because people played board games all the time back then. Even in the 30s, when this game came out, you had to be well off just to have a radio in your house. So people sat around, they played board games, and this became a really, really popular board game. It's in relatively good shape. This is from the 50s. You still have wooden hotels and houses. It looks like you got all your pieces. Thimble, race car, iron, top hat, the cannon, guy on horseback, battleship. Really? No dog?
No dog.
And you don't have the board?
No, I don't have the board.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I don't even want to look at it anymore, no. Now, how much did you want for this?
$300?
Dollars? Are we talking this kind of money?
No.
Okay. First year Monopoly games in great shape go for like $700, $800. This is 1950s and you're missing the board. So how much you pay for this at the yard sale?
15?
You paid $15 for it? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a really super nice guy. I'm gonna get you your money back. I mean, because that's what it's worth.
Okay.
$15, we got a deal. I'll meet you right over there.
Okay, thank you.
And I forgot to tell her to pass go and collect the $200, but that's the Monopoly money.
God, it's cool. You know anything about it?
It's a radio detection, you know, almost like a, you know, but, you know. I'm known as the Wizard of Odd. I love odd things. I've plugged it in, and this thing just kind of hums and buzzes and gets hot. It sounds like it's trying to contact someone from outer space. I mean, what the heck does it do?
I'm assuming it's probably World War II vintage. I imagine it is for detecting radio signals, kind of like a really basic GPS.
But once you take these screws out, that's where the story starts to unfold. Back in here, there's some paperwork. And it says it's from USS Eldridge.
Really? Whoa. October 24th, 1965, naval auction. One Navy radio, USS Eldridge. For years, there's always been the talk of the Philadelphia experiment.
I've heard of it, but I don't understand it.
Basically, they tried to come up with a cloaking device for a ship. Some conspiracy theories are that they were using magnetism to bend light, and that would have made it invisible.
There's stories that they had the ship in the harbor there, and it disappeared, appeared in Norfolk, Virginia, and then came back to Philadelphia. No one knows what really happened, but that's what they say.
You guys are tripping me out.
The Philadelphia experiment most likely didn't happen. Not only does the Navy deny ever doing it, but even if they did try, I'm sure it breaks some law of physics.
Date accepted 10 of 1942. That means this was on the USS Eldridge during the Philadelphia experiment.
Wow.
How much you want for it?
I'd like to get a couple $100 out of it.
World War II radio stuff can be worth a lot of money. It's cool that it was on that ship, but it was sold at an auction for $9.
Make me an offer over $9. Come on.
Hell, I'll pay $10 for it. I mean, it's the Philadelphia experiment.
Again, there's not a lot of proof that anything happened.
Come on, $15.
All right, deal.
Shake?
Sure.
When they started talking about top secret something, da-da-da, Philadelphia, I thought, boy, lucky me. Not today.